You know, she touched on something there, or one of the young ladies did, talking about the recent video that was released. When you first look at that video, you go, oh my God. And then when you step back from it and analyze it and look at what's being said, and especially they back that up with a bunch of pictures of knives and everything else, you know. But as I went back and looked at that video frame by frame, I saw a couple of guys with weapons drawn. I think one even fired it. But that's all you saw. The rest of it was people diving for cover. And when you break it down frame by frame, nobody has a knife in their hand. Nobody. Bikers carry knives for a lot of different reasons. You know, I've kind of done a miniature survey on that, and a lot of them will just say, well, I don't know, I've always carried one.
My normal non-biker husband carries one no matter what.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just, I mean, that's the way it is. And some of them are gifts, like in the case of mine. There's different reasons. And you know, traveling the roads of Texas, a true Texan, and you know, Swanton and any of them don't have anything on me. I'm a 6th generation Texan. Been around for a long time. My family's been around for a long time. But you know what? That means nothing. It's your character. Doesn't matter how long your family's been here or how long you've had a job. It's what you're doing now. It's what you're saying now. And you know, the media just left here. They're not here anymore, are they? You see them? They're going to go write their story, and they're going to talk about, you know, well, how many people are here. So they're going to give a count of about 62. But let me say this to my fellow bikers out there. It takes a dedicated few to make a difference. We don't have to have 1,000 here. It would be nice. We don't have to have it. Let me tell you, I've won elections with a few friends. Matter of fact, there's about 10 of us. 5 of them were children passing out circulars. Don't ever think you can't have an effect. We had a lady up there in Arlington knock out the mayor out of office using one single issue. And that mayor had been there for years, over a decade. One person who decided to take on the red light cameras, and she went out there and she got her list of names as she was out in front of the courthouse every day, getting people to sign up against to get that put on the ballot. Well, she got 11,000 signatures. One lady, 11,000 signatures. That's 11,000 people she had contact with. Guess what? They knocked out the red light cameras. They knocked out the mayor at the same time, because he was backing the red light cameras. You can take little issues and little things and turn it into a mountain. Don't ever think that a small group can have an effect. And let me tell you, we're not a small group. We just have some people couldn't make it today or the weather. I want to thank everybody for being here. And right now, one of the common bonds Steve and I have is we're both, I'm a former aircraft worker. I've been retired now for the past decade. And my profession now is political activist. And I've already explained to you how, you know, well, I basically touched on the fact that it doesn't take many people to have an effect. And that being said, after we're finished here, those of you that would like to work with us on the Sink Swanton campaign, let me tell you, we need some people from Waco. We need some people helping us do research. You know, this is, when you do these type things, it's You find out that it's a slow process, but when you have victory, man, is it sweet. It is sweet. And we just found out the other day, we've got another new candidate running for sheriff. He couldn't win on the Democratic side, so he switched over to the Republican side. Now, this happens quite often in the state of Texas. That's how Joe Strauss is in office. Because he's not really a Republican. He used to be a Democrat, and now he's a Republican. And he has to do that to win in his area. But this happens all across the state. When you learn how politics work, from your school board to the White House, it'll make you puke. I can't say it any other way. It just makes you sick at your stomach. And as Steve has said, we've worked the State House down there. It is incredibly hard to get a bill passed. It is a bill-killing machine. They see over 6,000 something bills every session. And you can bet in the next session, law enforcement is going to be asking for more. They're going to be asking for more ways to go after bikers, to go after the citizens, to confiscate property. And we have to stand up to fight it. We have to get organized. And that's the message we're sending to the biker community. We've got to get organized. If you don't think they won't run over us, man, we've already seen what could happen. And if everybody goes and looks and sees what's going on over in Australia, where they can't even ride together in more than a group of 3 without having the law harassment. And in one, I think it's a state or a county or something like that, you can go to jail for up to a year for just sitting together with each other. You may be talking about ice cream, but they think you're they think you're conspiring to commit a crime. If you think that can't happen here, let me tell you, I've got news for you. They're working at it each legislative session that comes around. And we have good organizations nationally that are out there doing some work. The Motorcycle Profiling Project, now I think the AMA is involved, the COC, U.S. Defenders, and let me tell you, we've got to get organized here statewide. There are 450,000, is that right, Mel? 450,000 registered motorcycles in the state of Texas. Now, I know a lot of us own 4 or 5. Charlie owns 97. That's the truth. Incredible.
I sold one.
But afterwards, hey, look, if you want to join our team, come over here and sign this piece of paper. Give us your email address, your phone number. It won't go out to anybody. Let's get together and seek Swanton in March. And the reason we're having this today is because yesterday he had to sign up to be on the ballot. I guess Willie did too. The reason I call him Willie, I can't remember his last name. Is it Thompson? Is that right? Okay. Anyway, is there any final questions you want to ask me? You know, because we felt it's important to do this rally today because we're fixing to go into the holidays. And let's think about those that are suffering because of what happened in Waco. And over here's the Rodriguez family. I think they've been just about to every rally.
Yes.
They've been our true supporters. And I want to thank them personally. And our club thanks them. And All for One thanks them. And we're going to get to the bottom of that too. So we will not let up. Now probably we'll meet again sometime after the holidays. And we'll be working on the Swanton campaign at that time. And before we know it, will be the anniversary of Twin Peaks. Everybody talk to your friends. Everybody share what we're saying, what's going on. And don't be afraid to speak up and participate. You know, we do a radio show every week, and sometimes we open the lines up, and you're welcome to call in. We know bikers are shy. You know, it took me forever to get used to it. And sometimes I talk like I'm still not used to it. And if it wasn't for my co-host down there, Mel Robbins, who's actually a former CEO, he's a little bit more eloquent than I am. Yeah, I tend to get excited about things and start stuttering. But, you know, hey, that's just the way I'm built. And I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank you for participating in all the rallies. We have a core group that appears in every one of them. And we got to show too that you don't have to be afraid to come to Waco. Because I got those emails the other day. Oh my God, they're going to retaliate against us. You guys are saying all this stuff and they're going to retaliate. I don't know if any Waco could stand another round of that mess without them getting looked at. And we're going to see that they get looked at this time. It's just going to take us a while. The wheels have to fall off the narrative that they keep spewing out there. And that's going to happen. That's going to happen. Thank everybody for being here.